It's 1 a.m. now, where I live, and I just saw the news of Sam Keith dying, and I don't know, it kind of hit hard. Like, it wasn't the first time I saw news about it. The first one was, well, not really a confirmation, more of a speculation, I think. I don't even know. I just, and then, like, friends on a Discord server I'm in sent the link of a official news. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about it a little. I don't really know what to say. Like, I think it's hitting this hard. Like, not really this hard. Like, I have a lot of issues dealing with stuff like this because I always feel like I don't feel enough. So every word I say just feels artificial. Even if I know they're genuine, but when I think about them and I say them out loud, now I'm even recording myself saying them. They feel artificial. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really feeling what I'm feeling. I don't know. Like I was watching Big Bang Theory, and then I received like the notification of the link of the news, and for a few seconds I just stared at it. I didn't really think. I didn't really process anything. I saw it, and I I looked at it for a few seconds. Then I read a bit of the article to like assure that it wasn't fake or anything like that, and also find out that it happened a lot of days ago, like a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. Yeah, from the moment that I'm recording this. When I think of him, I think of, well, I I call it his magnum opus. Maybe it's his magnum opus. I don't know. The Max, which is one of my favorite comic books of all time. One of my favorite maybe things of all time. Ever since I read it last summer, it hasn't been this long. And I've always been fascinated by, you know, the aesthetics of that book. I always wondered what it was about and who was this Max character, and I don't know, it always intrigued me, but I never really dived in. Then all of a sudden I just decided to read it, and he ever since the first issues I sort of immediately assumed that I was like gonna read something very atypical. Some issues of the book, I still kind of remember them. Like, I have this issue with like books. Like, I read I read a lot. I read a lot of comic books ever since I started seriously, like 3 or 4 years ago. I've been reading a lot, almost every day, and because of the quantity of books that I read, unfortunately, most of them, even the ones that I like a lot, even my favorite ones, usually get lost in my head. Oh my god, they usually get lost in my head. They just like float around with everything else that's been going on, along with everything else in my life and whatever else, whatever media I consume. I really hope this microphone is like capturing this speech, because if it isn't, then I don't think I'm gonna record it again. I'm just spewing out thoughts. I guess this is not really about Sam, but more about loss in general. Because the funny thing is, the news of Sam dying came basically right after I was thinking about Chester Bennington's death, because like yesterday or two days ago, it was his birthday. He would have turned 50, and you don't know, because I've never talked about my personal stuff, but I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, and I've been since I was a kid. Well, of course, as a kid, I only knew a few songs, but they've been with me for a long time. And, you know, sitting there thinking about him turning 50, but not turning 50 because he's not here anymore. And then finding out that the man who created one of your favorite comic books of all time died all of a sudden. I mean, not really sudden, he had an illness, but you didn't really know. So to you, it is sudden. Low blow. I don't know. Anyway, uh, the Max really opened my eyes in a way. Like, it expanded my horizons, not only in media, of the media I consume, which is mostly Cape shit, but I'm not proud about that. And generally, there were a lot of things about the book that I found fascinating and almost cathartic, even if they weren't really relatable. Like, all of the characters, all of them, really. Julie, Sarah, even Mr. Gon. Mr. Gon was a piece of shit, yes, but, like, I mean, he did do wrong things. But when I read, I don't remember the issue number, the one where we get to know his past, I remember I was at a friend's house. I was reading like the issue, and I don't think I've ever felt a more painful ache to my stomach reading a comic book. And I'm sorry to not own the book. Like, from where I live, they probably haven't even printed it ever, not even in the 90s. So there is no way for me to have it without paying a fuck ton of money. I really wish to own the whole book one day. Whenever I'll have the chance, I'll buy it so that I, can say that I have a thing that I like. Like, money's a huge problem for me. And unfortunately, the main way I consume books is the non-right way. Even if I do buy the stuff I really like, I went to the comic book store the other day and I bought some shit that I've read recently, which I really liked. I'm getting sidetracked. This was about Sam. I mean, like I said, maybe not really Sam, but maybe he's just a way for me to talk about loss and how awfully I talk about it and handle it personally. I don't think I've ever experienced loss, like loss, personal loss, like the death of a parent or a loved one. I mostly saw creators who made things I like die, but how much do they really count? You didn't know them personally. I've always struggled with, you know, um, empathizing with people who get so sad about, someone who they didn't know personally dying. Because while I felt the same, I could not express it the way they did. And I think that always made me think less of me. Because why would I, like, if I claim to love that person's work and their ideology and all that, how could I not react like they are? Am I faking? Do I not really think these things? Am I just, I don't know, putting on an act just so I could say that I'm the same as these people? I really don't know what was going on, what goes on in my head when these things happen. And the same thing is happening now with Sam. Like, I should reread the Max. Like, I think I should reread it many, many times. Not because it's a hard book to understand, but because I think it could change meaning depending on when you read it. And I was planning to reread it eventually, and I think this is motivating me to do it earlier than later. My head hurts. It just reminded me of a sentence Julie used to repeat in an issue about her childhood and the bunny iconography of, well, Max, her stomach. When she, well, you know it. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what happens in the book. And that is also something that, when I think of the Max, I really think about. Even when I watched the MTV series, the way that sentence was dubbed, sometimes I can hear it in my head. That whole sequence is pretty haunting. I don't know. He just created a whole new world. Also, that Batman crossover was pretty weird. I don't even know why I read that. Like, I mean, I know why they did it. It was cute, but it's not really what this is about. I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked again. I should really get checked out. I don't know. I'm very sorry for this shitty speech, which isn't really doing much. It's just a dump of thoughts, which is probably what I needed right now. Maybe sometimes I just need to dump my thoughts. Maybe I should not. Maybe I should not upload them, but I don't know. Maybe they could help. Maybe I can know I'm not alone. That could help. That could seriously help. Goodbye, Sam. I I'm gonna reread your work, and I'm probably gonna love it even more than the first time that I read it. Maybe I'll notice new things. Maybe I'll interpret some scenes in a different way. But I'm still gonna enjoy it, and I'm still gonna find it powerful, just as the first time I read it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like, yes, I know why I am doing this. I needed to dump my thoughts, but again, I feel like this is artificial. And I hate that I feel like this is artificial when I know it's not. I gotta go back to watch Big Bang Theory. Fuck this.